Happy Wednesday, guys. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after a losing Tuesday, unfortunately. Play of the day hit. The Brewers are ridiculous. They win again. They won on the run line. I mean, they destroyed the Pirates. But the money line comes in. I told you that price was dead wrong, and we got that right. That's good. Marlins had a shot. They're down 3-0. They came back, tied the game at 3, but lost the game 4-3. Didn't play well at all. Player props go 0-2, so we lose 1.07 units on the player props, so that's what we're down on the day. Still up for the week, but we are down on the day. The Brewers, this is an amazing season. The 1935 Cubs, I believe, was the last time we've seen what the Brewers are doing. 11 consecutive wins, 2 times in the same season. Brewers, right now, unbelievable. 41-20 at home for the Milwaukee Brewers. What are we betting today? I wonder. I'm not going to bet player props today. I'm going to give you 3 plays here on the podcast. We'll go back to player props at some point. I don't know. We'll take a break from that. And then we'll do some football coming up here on Thursday and Friday. And then we'll get into some other things over the weekend, UFC and stuff coming up. So we'll pause the player props for a couple of days for us here with the Daily Juice podcast. With that stated, it is time to tell you about what you can win this month in the month of August with us, Pristine Auction, the Daily Juice, and BettingPros. It is the signed Vikings TJ Hockenson helmet. How could you win this? Well, our friends at pristineauction.com, they're making this possible. All you got to do is subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel. Do it right now. Drop a comment below in any of the Daily Juice videos, and you are entered. That's all you have to do. We will announce the winner right here on the podcast right before I go into surgery on September the 2nd. September 4th is my surgery, so we'll make the announcement September 2nd as to who has won this awesome signed TJ Hockenson Vikings helmet. Make sure you have turned on the notifications so you can be alerted when new videos are up for the Daily Juice podcast, and you hopefully to claim your signed TJ Hockenson Vikings jersey. Okay. I don't need to go into this too much here when it comes to what the Brewers are doing against anyone. But the Brewers are starting Brandon Woodruff. Brandon Woodruff, the team, has seen him start 6 games, and the Brewers are 6-0 in those games, started by Brandon Woodruff. In fact, they have won 3 of those 6 games on the run line. A 3-2 win over the Mets, an 8-2 win on the road against the Nats. That are the 2 starts in the month of August. 2.77 ERA for Brandon Woodruff. At home, he is 1-0 with a 3.12 ERA, 17 1/3 innings worth of work. He's given up 5 home runs. So he does give up solo shots. 6 earned runs in totality, 5 earned runs total. So he does give up home runs or runs today. It'll be on the home run most likely. The Pirates don't hit many home runs. Opposing batting average of 190. Now, we're going to get tested here, okay? An 11-game winning streak, and Mitch Keller is going on the other side for the Pirates. Now, Mitch Keller on the road this year has a 3.81 ERA, a 2-3 record, opposing batting average of 223. He's given up 24 earned in 56 2/3 innings worth of work. However, the Pirates, have won 5 straight starts for Mitch Keller. 3-2 over the Reds, 9-5 over the Rockies, 6-5 over the Giants, 8-5 over the Tigers, 2-1 over the Twins. Those games, 3 of those 5 were on the road for Mitch Keller. So we're getting tested here, and it's too expensive to bet this on the money line. You can do that if you want, but it's pretty pricey, $190, $2 to bet. And again, you only pay the juice when you lose. But they're going to lose at some point, and Mitch Keller might very well get them. And this game is being played early in the day This is not a typical game in terms of what we see for Major League Baseball. It's a getaway day. It's an 11:10 Eastern Time start for the Brewers and the Pirates here. So it's an early game. It's on MLB Network. I'm just going to bet run line, all right? It's not expensive to bet it. If we're wrong, we're wrong, okay? But 11 wins in a row is 11 wins in a row, and the Pirates are atrocious on the road. So, I mean, that number yesterday, they blew through it. I mean, they absolutely crushed the Pirates yesterday, 14-0. The Brewers have scored 21 runs in this series so far. The Pirates have scored 1. So I feel pretty good. 2-0 so far on the run line for Milwaukee. Let's go 3-0 on the run line for Milwaukee. Run line, minus 1.5 runs for the Brewers for 1.05 units. All right, let's go to the Cubs and the Blue Jays. Cubs can't hit. Cubs are just absolutely ice cold in the month of July and August. Their offense is gone. 5-1 loss last night to the Blue Jays. They lost 3-2 to the Cardinals, 5-0 to the Cardinals. They won 9-1 in the one game that they won against the Cardinals, but against St. Louis. 6-1, they scored some runs there, but 5-1 loss, 3-2 loss to the Reds at home. This team just can't hit at the moment. Now, hopefully they turn things around. We have a future on them, but hopefully they start to play better. But this offense just isn't there. And the Blue Jays at home are 39-19. They're a really difficult team to play. And Kevin Gausman has been great at home. Now, his ERA is 4.26. That's not great. 4-3 record overall. 30 earned in 63 and a third innings worth of work. But recently, Kevin Gausman hasn't been that bad at home. He did lose to the Royals 9-3, give up 5 earned runs in his last home start. But against the Yankees, 4-1 win. Against the Angels, 3-2 win. Against the Yankees, 12-5 win, dating back to the beginning of July. The Blue Jays, as I mentioned, score at home. They score a lot at home. They don't give up very many runs at home as well. They are a much better home team, and you can say that's why they currently have a 4.5 game lead over the Red Sox in the American League East. They are 39-19 at home, while the Cubs on the road are 31-29. Again, this is a price discovery situation and looking around for the best price possible on this. And look, I think the Blue Jays should be favored by more. Cal Horton is going on the other side. He's not a bad pitcher by any means for the Cubs, but I just think this team is scuffling, and Cade Horton on the road this year has a 5.19 ERA, 3-3 record, but opposing batting average of nearly 300, 20 earned in 34 and 2/3 innings worth of work. In his last starts on the road, he did beat the White Sox 6-1, lost to the Twins 4-2, lost to the Astros 7-4, lost to the Tigers 4-0. 4 starts on the road for Cade Horton. We're going to go money line. Blue Jays on the money line. It's not that expensive to take it at minus 120 for 1.2 units. And finally, we go to the Orioles and the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners have won 8 straight. The Orioles have lost 3 in a row. But the Orioles are having a really tough time scoring. Their offense is gone. They're 28-30 at home. The Mariners are 30-28 on the road. They throw Logan Gilbert, who has been tremendous on the road, just tremendous period. But 5.28 ERA is not great for Logan Gilbert, but recently he's been much better. He did lose to the Angels 4-1 in his last road start, but 4 earned runs in 5 innings worth of work. Against the Tigers, 5 1/3. 0 earned runs given up in an 8-4 victory. Against the Royals, 4 2/3 and 1 earned run in a 3-2 win here for the Seattle Mariners. Now, for Seattle, this is a team that, look, they are red hot. They've won 8 in a row. The Orioles are scuffling. They haven't been good for most of the season. They lost 2 pitchers to injury yesterday. And Trevor Rogers is a guy who actually has been pretty good at home. 0.42 ERA for Trevor Rogers. 2-1 record for him. An opposing batting average of .086. 1 earned run in 21 and 2/3 innings worth of work. At home, Against the Rockies, 18-0 the win, the last home start for Trevor Rogers. He lost 6-0 to the Miami Marlins, but he went 6 2/3, gave up 1 earned run. Against Texas, 6-0, 8 innings there, 0 earned runs. So he's been tremendous. I just think the Orioles offense hasn't been scoring at all. And you've got Logan Gilbert, who's one of the better pitchers in the American League for Seattle. Trevor Rogers, just hold to his stats, he's really good as well. And yes, can Seattle score? Absolutely, Seattle can score a ton of runs here. But 8.5, beat the Rays 6-3, 7-4, 3-2. So 2 of the 3 games went over against Tampa. Those games were played at home. Against the White Sox, 8-3, 8-6, 4-3. That's the White Sox. You go on the road to the A's, 5-4, 6-1, 3-1. So that's, 2-1 to the under. This is sort of a numbers play. I don't think the Orioles score a lot, but I also think Trevor Rogers might be able to hold down. This is like a 4-1, 4-2 type win for Seattle, most likely, on this situation. I don't want to bet because Rogers has been pretty good, so I don't want to take Seattle. -140, -145. I don't mind that. Seattle's pretty good against lefties, top 10 in average against lefties. They score some RBI, top 10 RBIs against lefties. So you got, obviously, Cal Raleigh, who's a switch hitter. So I'm a little concerned about taking Seattle to win the game. But it's a play if you want. You can take him to win the game if you want to lay it. I'd rather just go with the under. It opened at 9. It was bet to 8.5. It probably comes down even more. Under 8.5 for the Seattle Mariners and the Baltimore Orioles at -110 for 1.1 units. All right, so the plays for a Wednesday. Brewers on the run line at -105. The Blue Jays on the money line at -120, and the Baltimore Orioles and Seattle Mariners under 8.5 at -110. Let's keep the week going. We're up for the week. 1 winning day, 1 losing day. Let's get back on the winning track here on a Wednesday. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.